Sardegna in the GTTCC, about ready to get underway then. Diablo on pole in the Citroen, that's going to bolt away from the start. The Jaguar of Dixon got a great start as well. He's already tucked up behind P. Gibb. He'll be looking for a move coming down into turn one. Of course, it's a good opportunity for an overtake down into turn one. You'll see lots of moves happening down here. We've got Mclaren there on the inside. Dixon's actually been shoved to the outside, so I mean, he's still made progress, but he managed to get past P. Gibb. Got Mania through as well, and it is all happening at the start of this one here at Sardegna. But it's Diablo who's making the early bolt away there. Currently followed by Mutt, then it's McCready, then it is GT Raffo in the McLaren, then it's Dixon and the Jag, then another Jag driven by P. Gibb. Maniaf is just been overtaken by 30 Fat Kids actually in the other Jaguar. Then he got Matt Howard P9, Roberstud P10, SurferEv in P11, myself in 12 with Audi Ferry in the Audi all up my back end. Of course, that Audi does not get away well, so he was pretty much down to the back, but there is battling going on already between Raffo and Dixon. So this was fueled by what happened, so Dixon just got a really good run out of here. Raffo had to almost go defensive, and Dixon's trying to make him go now. He's just trying to get McCready as well, because that doesn't happen. Raffo survives the onslaught then, and Dixon just has to put a wheel on the grass. The McLaren going all industrial and off-roadish, but McCready's made a great jump up to P3. Lots of fighting going on behind him. Well, to Matt Howard. Oh no, he was down near the back anyway, wasn't he? My bad. So down the main start, finish straight. Then lots of opportunity down here for slipstream. So if you're in the tow of another car, you're going to have a really good chance down into turn one, where most people are getting the overtakes made. But getting that good run out of the final corner here was critical, because it's all too easy to pick up penalties. The two Jaguars go to work, then Dixon and Fat Kids. As you see, Raffo actually battling now with McCready for P3. Dixon's actually escaped the immediate hustle of Fat Kids and is trying to get himself up a couple of positions. Diablo's still running away with it in the Citroen. Yeah, it's still the two Jags as well going to work. Fat Kids trying to come back at Dixon. So it's three Jags there in the middle, 5th, 6th, 7th, is it? Yeah, 5th, 6th and 7th all Jaguar. Ferrari Roberstud starting to make some good progress. Then you got a SurferEv 9th. Not much change near the back, to be fair. It's myself and Maniaf just starting to have a little bit of a battle now. But we do have this from time to time. I have got Audi Ferry up my chuff as well, and Audi Ferry's a very good racer. Someone I rate very highly in the league, so always a threat then as everyone streams out the final corner. So always receive Fat Kids, get it wrong, that's one of the risks. Now, to maximise your speed, you really do want to be going wide there. I was getting this corner wrong, as you can see. I did it there, I was getting it wrong all the time, and it just caused me issues coming down into turn one every single time. As a Diablo is having to defend his position then to Mutt 36. Don't forget, this is a reverse grid race, so on terms of pace, a little bit of a tap there from Mutt on Diablo, but it doesn't take advantage, does not get the move made on that corner. It does get a run on him though later on. I think that was an innocent tap though, to be fair. I don't think there was no malice in that whatsoever. Sweeping left-hander then, this is another easy corner to get quite wrong. Dixon again is having another pop at Raffo. Very close-up camera angles here. There we go, that's a better one. Thank you, fictional race director. Not any other moves actually being made really, other than near the front. And it's McCready again on. trying to get Diablo having to concede that position. Raffo sneaks his way through as well. Is Dixon going to try and go round the outside? Is Diablo going to concede 3 positions? Raffo touches the grass. What happened there for the McLaren driver? We'll go to chase cam, like a sim racing pro that we are. Raffo, really good move there around the inside. Gets someone on McCready. There was a little bit of contact, but again, I think it was innocent enough. Yeah, I don't think McCready did meant to do that, to be honest. I was thinking the next things I was going to say really is Raffo needs to back out of this one as Dixon goes off the road as well. That's going to let Raffo back through. That's going to give Dixon some dirty tyres as well, so we understeer there. He does indeed. That's going to give SurferEv the run on him. And the Hungarian starts to lose all sorts of positions now. He's already slipping back down towards the lower half of the top 10. Mutt running away with it then you got McCready in second, Diablo in third, then it is a good little battle kicking off for fourth between 30 Fat Kids, Raffo, Robus to Hood now, and P. Gibb also involved in this. Then SurferEv's now invited himself into the party. Matt Elwood also turning up, then Dixon 10th, Maniaf still ahead of me in 11th. I was just quite content with saving tyres, to be fair. I knew a lot of people would pit in this race, and I would hopefully pick up positions just by not pitting, but this race was a while ago, so I can't actually remember what exactly happens in this one. Looks like I'm going for the move here on Maniaf. It's not on though, so I'll back out of it. I have to concede the position. Oh, Dixon again gets it wrong. Oh, there's collections happening here. Well, actually, I get a good view of this. Let's jump on board. So you see, yeah, I just back out of this one. The move isn't on. Now I'm unsighted to that. Fortunately, I don't get hit. Maniaf does get a whack though. Dixon resumes ahead of him. There's moves being made ahead as well. There's a battle between SurferEv and P. Gibb. You don't often see moves made here, but that's what's happening with these guys. One of them just needs to concede because you've got a big straight coming up. You just get your move made on the straight. Looks like P. Gibb's winning out of that one at the minute. Maniaf then has managed to get past Dixon somewhere. Dixon probably with dirty tyres in fairness. Maniaf there might be a little bit of a sitting duck in the Hungarian sandwich, and indeed Dixon does get his Jaguar back up in front. I'm now on the back of Matt Elwood, SurferEv and P. Gibb. Fortunately, all that kicking off a lap or so ago, it did help me close in. Although, like I said, I wasn't really pushing the envelope at many points during this race. Someone who is pushing the envelope, that was my teammate Raffo, up there in P5, battling away with Fat Kids. He's got Robus to Hood behind him as well. Robus is definitely competing for that overall championship win. Before the next videos, which will be Interlagos and Monza, I will try and get the table put up. Oh, is it yet again? Oh, Matt Elwood, I think I get involved in issues down here all the time, so this is on the roof cam of the McLaren instead. So Matt Elwood already he's on the super softs, so no reason why his car should be doing that. It's just probably the Ferrari's special way of dealing with it. I think he just washes wide coming out of this very tight right hander. You can carry a lot more speed. You go around about 60 miles an hour. He just gets a bit of gravel. No, there is contact, but again, it's just unfortunately I've actually managed to straighten him up, which is beneficial to us both, I think. Matt, another one that at this point was firmly in that top 4 fight. I wasn't there at this point. What else is kicking off? The battle for the lead actually is starting to shrivel a little bit. So not a great lap that time around for Mutt. McCready was half a second faster than him. And the Ferrari driver might be looking to put himself in a position. Mutt just aims his Lamborghini towards the apex. McCready can't attack there. Robus is past Raffo, and he's looking to get a move made on Fat Kids. P. Gibb and Surfer still battling away. I'm not far behind him. Matt Elwood down there in 10th because of his contact. Not his contact, his little excursion to the gravel a moment ago. So come and check in on Mutt v Mclaren, because for the time being the Lamborghini just about surviving the onslaught by the Ferraris. The two Italian marks go head to head. Cameraman's going to the wrong side there. Oh, that was this Lamborghini's camera angles are terrible. Let's go outside and actually have a look at that. This is a nicely executed move by Mclaren, then a great defensive cutback by Mutt. Didn't bother defending this. I wonder whether he really knew that Mclaren was going to go for it. Mclaren just breaks himself a little bit too long, and Mutt just drives back past him basically. That does give Diablo the impetus to get a move made back at him. As Diablo, the Australian, does indeed get himself back up to P2. Then it's all about this midfield battle then between Fat Kids, Robust, Raffo. We've got P. Gibbs, Surfer involved as well, a little bit further back. And then there is myself there in 9th, but like I say, I wasn't really pushing the envelope too much. Surfer's has dipped out of the slipstream. That's going to affect him a little bit. That will bring me into the fight a bit more now. Oh, there's been an incident. There has been an incident. What was this? This was FK. Now I will preface this. FK was having a lot of lag issues in the race. Oh, he just gets it all wrong there. Collects Mclaren. Well, actually, fortunately, it doesn't affect Mclaren at all. Mclaren actually just carries on, but it does affect FK, who loses a place to Raffo and is immediately coming under fire from Robert Stud. Yeah, so. FK, i.e. Fat Kids, was just having there was a lot of lag on my screen whenever I got close to him, and it plays a part in something you see later on. But it's nigh impossible to race with him when you're close, because in your vision he's just not stable at all. This top 3 now start to build a little bit of a gap. And Robust Hood very late. Yeah, that's going to give Fat Kids the move. No, can't make it happen. He's going to have to try and go around the outside of the drag. He is ahead going into the corner, so he'll take that position, and Robust has to concede back to P6. And now coming under pressure from P. Gibb. We can just see the tyres on a lot of these cars though, starting just to look a little bit sad. Oh, look at that. Robust off-roaded that Ferrari. They don't enjoy this. Yeah, what I was going to say is because a lot of these guys have been fighting, they had been using the tyres up. I go into all these things as I normally do with no practice. So I wasn't sure what I was going to do, but I'll always try and stretch the no stop if I can. It is usually quicker. Robust actually pits on the 10-minute mark, so he's doing a beefy undercut. He just wants to get out of that fight, and to be fair, I don't really blame him. Because this midfield battle is absolutely huge. See, I'm firmly in the middle of it now, but even with that, I'm not really pushing anyone too hard. If the move's there, I'm going for it, but I do actually lock a brake there, famously saying that, and just give myself a little bit more of a problem, because I've got Matt Elwood now climbing all over the back of me. Matt's on the super soft, so he's pretty much going to be pitting in this one. If he no stops, he's going to have really, really second-hand tyres towards the end of the race, so I reckon he will pit. Does everybody survive? Yes, they do. We are all alive through this one. Maniaf also coming back into this fight, so again we're all fighting. It's bringing just everybody else back into the fray then. Also Surfer's having to concentrate as Fat Kids goes off the track again. Manages to rejoin, but them tyres are absolutely knackered on Fat Kids Jag. He's going to have to think about what he's going to do with those. Is he going to pit now? He probably will. Him and Matt Elwood both pit. So as imagine that does give us a little bit more of a respite then. So it releases a couple of cars from the battle as P. Gibb does a lovely sweeping move there around the outside of SurferEv. All too often we've talked about P. Gibb and his off-track antics. That was a very nice on-track antic, that one. And he gets the move made on the paddleboarding maestro, but Surfer's actually managed to get himself back up. The side-by-side then, this is a sweeping right turn, so P. Gibb off the inside line. Surfer's now just got to line himself up for a run down in. Oh, maybe not though, as he's tucked to the gravel. Is that going to give me a run on him now? It might do, you know. He's going to have dirty tyres, so he's got to think about his braking. And he does, yeah. Surfer goes really late there, so he had dirty tyres. And he just ended up going a little bit too deep. Took himself off, credit to Surfer, rather than take anyone else with him, but yeah. That's got to put him way out of contention, unfortunately, but that has again freed me up a little bit to go chasing after Mr. Gibb. We are approaching pit stop time then, so if any of anyone else is going to pit in the next couple of minutes is when we'll probably see that happen. P. Gibb pits. Now I pick up a little bit of a penalty. Now watch this. Watch this for burning penalties efficiently. I don't change a single thing coming into this corner, and it's gone. That's obviously some sort of glitch in the game, because I literally was braking as late as I always was, which to be fair wasn't that late actually, but yeah, you could just burn penalties away without losing any time at all. It seemed a little bit daft. Right, so Robertson then, now he's out of the pits, that's the fastest lap. Gap to him and SurferEv, 14 seconds. So he's got a bit of work to do. In theory quite doable, so if any of the guys that don't pit in theory should get reeled in towards the end, but 15 minutes left. It just depends what times we're doing. We start creeping into the 126s now, when your normal race pace is like mid 125s really, when you're not battling away, but now a lot of us are in clear air, we're doing 26s. There's obviously a little bit of management creeping in. I do actually pit, so I pit on this one. So who's braving the no stop so far? So it's Mutt, Diablo. I mean, they may pit at the end of the next lap, who knows. Maniaf hasn't pitted yet, neither has Audi Ferry, neither has SurferEv. He's took a lot out of his rears as well. Dixon, those tyres are absolutely shredded on that Jaguar. The Mclaren is the first car out, and he loses his position to Robust. So that undercut, you'll remember Robust came in 5 minutes ago. End of lap 7 I think it was, and we're now on lap 11, so that is a mighty undercut. So Robust was just able to go out and lap clean fast laps into the 25s on most of them. Because Mclaren was out there doing 26s, Robust just reduced that deficit hugely. You got P. Gibb in 9th, then 30 Fat Kids and Raffo side by side. Who is going to concede? Raffo actually concedes, gets that Mclaren just a little bit airborne, then it's myself. I am plumb dead last right now, with 14 minutes remaining, so should I have stayed out, no stopped it? Yeah, probably. But hindsight is a wonderful thing. Someone who is braving that so far is Mr. Mutz, as the top 6 still have not yet pitted. So Mutt, Diablo, Maniaf, Audi Ferry, SurferEv and Dixon, all of these guys are on second-hand tyres. The gap now between Robust and Dixon, 9 seconds, so he's really reeling that in. It's that gap between the cars that have stopped and the cars that haven't. Now really coming down. The problem is Robust, when he gets there, he's got a lot of overtaking to do, unless these guys do decide to pit. Him and McCready, to be fair, at the minute just need to work together. Easy said than done though, everyone's racing for position. I would like to not be last if it could be helped, so trying to put the moves on Matt Elwood, but he's on fresh super soft tyres, so ain't that easy. It's McCready actually looks like he might go for a move on Robust and round the outside. He's held it. He's got the inside line for this one. That's a nice move by McCready. Gets that job made. It takes 2 corners to do it, but he gets it made nonetheless. I would confidently say, yeah, Dixon does come into the pits, does he? Yeah. I was going to say, if any of these guys now pit, they've just lost too much time anyway, so they might as well just try and survive. All nicely spaced out now, the top 5. Quite a successful defence of that P6 position, then Bo was still in 7th. Not much else doing at the moment. Dixon's back out of the pits now. His gap to me, which in theory should close quite quickly, is 13 seconds. I've actually just put my fastest lap of the race in then. Now I'm on fresher tyres, a 25.4. And in fairness, actually, looking at this, looking at the tyres, Dixon's not gonna grab us as quickly as he might do. Fat Kids is lag kicking in now. It does just make it really hard to race. So these guys are fully committed to that no stop strat. Credit to Audi Ferry, he's got the same tyre wear on a front wheel drive Audi, which is renowned for shredding its tyres, as a McLaren 650S, and about the same as the Ferraris, I imagine, and better than the Citroens. So as we see Robust, what's happened with Robust? I did see some shenanigans happen. What was going on here? Robust managed to defend it, so he must have had a penalty because he saw him ghost. But he got rid of that penalty straight away anyway, so it don't matter. So Mach 36 then, 10 minutes away from what would be a famous win here at Sardegna in the Lamborghini. Worked hard to put it there, and has kept it there pretty much ever since overtaking this one in the Citroen, who's not actually dropping away all that fast. He did drop quite a bit of time that last lap. Oh, he's really feeling those tyres out. He's actually coming under pressure from Manny Aff, the one who has really strung a strategy together today. Doing good times on those worn tyres as well. Pulling away from Audi Ferry. So now McCready to Surfer. 8 seconds is the gap between the no stoppers and the stoppers as P. Gibb goes for another move here on Robust Hood. Makes that happen. Does he go deep? No, he manages to keep it. Fat Kid's still ahead of Raffo. Then it is myself ahead of Matt Elwood. I can't remember how that overtake happened. I don't think it was all that spectacular. Raffo then's trying to race FK. The problem is, like, you'll go for a move in his one place and he'll suddenly jerk to another one. I'm actually coming up to FK now, and yeah, this is what I mean. It's quite stable sometimes, and then I think it's this lap where it happens. If it's the one event I remember from this, let's just see. Yeah, he just moves in front, and I wasn't expecting him to be there, so I end up hitting him. Because I've hit him, I'm just going to wait up, and he retakes a position. That unfortunately puts me not a million miles away from this guy, so Dixon could catch me now. So I just need to try and stay in the coattails of Fat Kids, but he's in a Jag with aging tyres. It's not going to be all that simple. Oh, yellow flags are out. Oh, Diablo spun it. What's happened to the Aussie? So Maniaf's got past him. And this has got to be the freakiest cockpit like that exists. I don't even want to look at it, it's making my eyes bleed. So what happens to Diablo here? Because he's not close to Manny. Braking my fine, gets the rear end a little bit. Oh, he just tries to put it. Yeah, it's welcome to GT Sport crash physics, ladies and gentlemen, where a stone can cause a couple of, you know, a couple of 100 kilos worth of car to spin around. Yeah, great stuff. Two quick fit cars reunited on track, two very different cars though. And, it's SurferEv who gets himself past Diablo. And Diablo now will have lost quite a lot of time to Macreda, who's on much fresher tyres, going at least 2 seconds a lap faster at the moment. In that fresh, tired Ferrari. Myself and FK still together. Again, I'm now really paranoid that any overtake will result in almost certain death. So I back out of pretty much every move I think I make. Flick through. Nothing doing. Got a few minutes remaining in this one. About another 6 minutes. Mutt's still leading the way. Although that front right is looking very sorry for itself right about now. Diablo's having a bit of a mare. And that's the Ferrari past him. It's going to be P-Gib past him. He's back up to speed, but he's going to be a sitting duck now as Robust Hood comes up behind him as well. Robust lost a little bit of time behind him there, and he'll slide straight up the inside here. Yeah, he does. Diablo's tyres now just absolutely shot as he's just hemorrhaging positions now as Robust sorry, not Robust. Robust and Raffo get themselves past. Matt Elwood is going to be the next one. I have got myself past FK. I can't remember what happened. I think he just outbraked himself on a corner or something. But either way, start chasing after some of the cars ahead now, but not much time left. I can probably try and get Diablo, but getting Matt Elwood gonna be a bit of a stretch, I'm afraid. I'll try. Meanwhile, the other Mclaren having a little bit more success, just trying to chase down Robust Hood in the Ferrari. Robust taking a new version of the final corner. So he's going to pick up a penalty for that, and you'll see just how easy the game deems those to be burnable. We're all doing this, by the way, that if any of us got a penalty, and I think most of us at one point did, we were all burning it in the same way, so no one's like doing anything untoward. It's most of us were on chat. I think there was a couple of drivers that weren't on chat, but most of us were. Is Surfer in a position where he can attack Audi Ferry? He's certainly putting him in one. Maniaf also attacking Mutt. So Maniaf in these closing 4 minutes could be in a position to get Mutt here. It's going to be very close between the top 4 in terms of who gets first and who gets third. Macready, again, Macready's going faster than Surface. Macready could get himself up there yet. Macready could be the one that's in P3. There's enough time. There's enough time in this. See, I raced in this race, but I'm back here, look. I'm not involved, so I don't know. Can't remember. This is a bit of a terrible race for me, but you just kept plugging at it. Try and get the Australian. I see his tyres are absolutely ruined. Probably try and get a move made on him. Surfer has got Audi Ferry. It's going to be a typical turn 1 overtake, you know it is, but it's still a nice move, and yeah, nice to light up the brakes by the McLaren. The Audi hasn't really got an answer to it. It's not the Audi's best strength. Surfer just has to tidy it up there on the apex. That just does give Audi Ferry enough to chase after, so he's going to have a bite back at him here. And the middle sector is a bit more of an Audi strong point. It's got the downforce, so it does love these high-speed corners. It can carry more apex speed for him than the McLaren can, which gets a little bit too twitchy. Especially with the rear tyres on that McLaren being absolutely shot. The Audi's rear tyres are pretty much fresh. But of course it doesn't really use them for anything, so they would be. So does Audi Ferry go for a look down Surfer? No, he backs out of that one. Doesn't go for the move on the McLaren. We'll see if he tries. Now we have got Macready getting involved in this fight as well. So Macready's got really fresh tyres compared to these guys. So he gets Audi Ferry. I reckon he's definitely got the pace. Because of the tyre wear, he's definitely got the pace to get a Surfer. So Macready could score himself a nice little podium here in Elite 1 tonight. We've got, oh yeah, we've got another couple of laps. They're going to get over the line to start another one. Is Macready going to go for this move, then try and grab himself a podium? Surfer defending that. Macready might just go for the cutback here. No, instead tries to hang it around the outside. He's just got the grip. He's just got the grip to hang that. That's a lovely move by Macready. We are seeing changing of positions a little bit further down. Let's just have a little bit of a rewind to see what happens. So it's Raffo going for an absolute send. And then Robus just driving through to get the place back again. So I have got Diablo chasing after Matt Elwood. Yeah, but I think with the amount of time I've got left, I can't remember getting him. I can't remember. I literally have no idea. I don't know. Let's check up on the top. There's Maniaf getting Mutt. Pretty close, you know. Yeah, it's pretty close. It's going to come down to the last lap, which we're about to start. So it's going to be a duel between these two for the win here at Sardegna. P3's Macready's unless he bins it off. Surfer's still there, but thereabouts though. Audi Ferry's now coming under pressure from P-Gib. Oh, as Audi Ferry just goes a little bit wide there. The Audi TT just doesn't have the lateral grip anymore. Don't forget, he's not pitted in this one. He has not made a pit stop. But he will be happy with anything that isn't last, because by the time we got down to turn 1, last is where he was. See Raffo and Robus. Raffo successfully defends that move. So Robus going to go for up the inside. He does indeed. It's a nice move by Robus. Raffo with the slightly fresher tyres, I might be able to come back at him. We will come back and check on that. Meanwhile, let's have a look. Mutt 36 and Manny. Nothing doing there, to be fair. Robus might just be setting his targets on P6 here rather than defending away to Raffo. Yeah, I'm nowhere near Matt Elwood. Diablo's got himself past 30 fat kids though. Dixon's reeling those guys in as well. Let's just check in with the leaders then as they come around the final corner for the last time of asking tonight. 21 laps at Sardegna. In the end of it, it comes down to Mutt and Maniaf battling it out for the win. And it's going to be the Lamborghini that takes top honours here in the pristine village of Sardegna with Maniaf P2 Macreeda. Great third position for him with SurferEv holding on for fourth in the end against Pegib. Audi Ferry and Raffo, that's going to be close as well. Raffo getting the most of the slipstream, yeah. Robert stood in 8th, Matt Elwood in 9th. He made a mistake and did reel me in, but it wasn't enough. Diablo and Fat Kids side by side then at the checkered flag. Fat Kids is just going to get it, and Dixon last.